Hello, my name is David Martin. I'm a missionary to the country of Argentina, sent out of Metropolitan Baptist Church. Currently on deputation. Lord willing, my goal is to be there by next year. It's been an amazing 3 weeks. We just finished up our 3 weeks here with Brother Hammett of learning from him of his missions type modular training, and it has been amazing. The first day when we got here, we had a devotion, and he taught us the three-legged table of using questions and even defining the words and looking into the Bible for ourselves and getting there, the context and even the meaning of that, to be able to go there and use that in teaching others over here in South Africa. And even the first day we were here, immediately, I believe on the third day actually, we went out and started talking to people. Brother Hammett has a great illustrative way of talking to people about Hebrews 9:27 and other passages of Scripture where you use basically stick figures, even if you're not a great person that can draw, that you can do this and use a visual aid in talking to people about Scripture. And here in South Africa, the people are very open. You can do that very easily. You can even do English. You don't have to learn a different language since English is the trade language. Now, you do have to talk a little bit slower because it's not their official language, but you can still communicate with the people. And really, this is the best setting that I have seen to be able to do this modular, because in other Latin American countries, you don't have people that really speak English as much, so it really would make it difficult to learn with everything here. But that was really interesting to be able to be in a foreign country where that's not Spanish, but you can still communicate, which that's been a great plus there with that. And then also we had lectures from him, and then be able to go on the car ride and go to different areas. And really there was so much that we've learned through this 3 weeks. It was really hard to compact in this video. But the biggest thing that I learned during this modular is a thing called biblical rice, that it talks about that everything that we do first off must be biblical. Then the other thing too is that it must be reproducible, that the people that we're training, that we are working with, that they can reproduce it, that they can do it too, of how we are reaching the people. It does no use if we're using methods or using tactics that they really can't do themselves, that's far above their reach as far as pay. If we are using a tract that's too expensive for them to print, then that's not really something that's reproducible that they can use. And then we also have irreducible complexity, that you look in how complex do you have to have it to be, but still have it to where they can understand it. And the other aspect too is effective, but of course you have to have it first to be biblical in order for it to be effective, because so many times we just look for things that are effective, but they're not really biblical. And that was one of the key things that I learned here. But the biggest aspect there too is that so many times as missionaries, because I've grown up in the mission field all of my life, my grandfather, Milton Martin, was a missionary, as well as my father there in Honduras. And that is one of the things that us as missionaries, because of the resources that we have, we very rarely think about something that is reproducible, and thinking the people that I'm working with there in the mission field, could they very easily get the resources to do this as well once I'm gone? And since they don't have that, it many times hinders or has things fall apart, because we were modeling something that they in essence did not have the resources, they weren't really capable of doing. And that is one of the key things that we do have to keep in mind while we're working there in the mission field. But it's really been a great 3 weeks here. I really appreciate Brother Hammett and Mrs. Hammett for everything that they have done, even with putting up with us and us testing their patience, which I'm sure we have. But I'm really grateful that the Lord opened up the doors that way then I could come here and learn from Brother Hammett's experience, and I'd greatly recommend for anybody else to do so as well. Thank you so much.